Hey everybody, my name is Autumn and we are doing an independent route, not working with an agency for surrogacy. So if you are interested and want to know the difference and learn from all of our mistakes, then keep watching. Last time I made a video, I let you guys know how everything was working and what we were waiting on. We were waiting on my husband's labs to get back, and we were waiting for contracts to be signed. So basically we were waiting for medical clearance and legal clearance. Medical clearance, your partner does have to be cleared medically for you to be cleared. So you are not considered medically cleared until your partner's labs are done. If you're sexual with someone, they got to get their labs done. So that is what we were waiting on. My husband's labs came back. He tested positive for THC because he does Delta 8, which is what is here in Tennessee. So I let the doctor know that before I had my husband's labs drawn, just so that I knew if my husband had to quit using it or whatever, he can't really sleep very well, so he uses it to sleep. So I let them know that he does ingest that, so it was gonna pop up, and he was like, that's fine, we don't care as long as you're not using it. So yeah, we discussed that. His labs came back, it popped up, but everything is good to go. My labs, I had to start taking vitamin D because I'm deficient in vitamin D because I don't ever go outside. So we got our labs done. His came back, mine came back. My IPs bought me some vitamin D supplements off of Amazon, so that I could start taking those. They bought me way more than I needed, but we got it. I'm taking 5,000 IU every day, one capsule every day. I was prescribed 4,000, but I'm taking 5. So yeah, that's not gonna stop the transfer or anything, but they did want me to start taking it because they prefer it to be at a higher level than mine's at. So I started taking that, but they were like, hey, since you guys are legally cleared, medically cleared, which legally cleared because we signed contracts that night, and we did it over a video chat with a notary. That way they could see our IDs and see us signing. But what we did was a DocuSign for our initials and our electronic signatures. But attorneys prefer you to have a wet signature. So what we did was we printed out the part where we needed our physical, actual signature, not just initials, but also signature. We printed it out, and my husband signed it and I signed it, and we scanned it and sent it over to our IPs. They printed it out and then they signed it, and then they scanned it, and then they sent it to the notary, and the notary notarized everything. And then what we had to do was both parties had to send it to their attorneys. And so once that was done, our attorneys had to send it to the clinic. So that way we could be legally cleared. So they sent it to the clinic, and so we got legally cleared. So once all of that happened, they wanted to know the first day of my cycle. TMI coming, so if you don't want to hear it, scooch along. So the first day of your cycle isn't when you're spotting, it is when you're in full flow. So they wanted to know when I was in full flow for my first day of my cycle. So that was yesterday. I started my cycle yesterday. My first day is always a crime scene. So yeah, I had to let them know when my flow was in, and it was yesterday. So the first day you let them know, call your clinic, call your IPs so they can let the clinic know so that you can move forward, because you're not working with an agency, you are not working having a middleman. You guys are doing everything yourselves, so you have to let somebody know at the clinic so they can put it in your chart so they can make a calendar. So I let the clinic know, I let my IPs know. My IPs are harassing their clinic to get stuff done this month so we can transfer this month. So I let them know, let the clinic know, and someone called me with a calendar. Your calendar is never guaranteed, because it's an estimate on how the medication is going to work for you and how everything is going to work out. So I had to go get my blood drawn today. I'll show you a video of that.
All the way here, all the way down. This one? Oh, no. Yes, they're on middle of rolls. The DNA, that's it. Oh, yeah, they do this over. Is it really? Yeah,
So I had to go get my lab drawn for progesterone and estrogen, the hormones that make your uterus sticky and thick. So they want to see what your baseline is for that and for those hormones, so that they know what they need to prescribe you to get things moving along, so that they can transfer an embryo into it and make it all nice and homey for an embryo. So I went and got my labs drawn today. They only took one tube, and that was it. So I drove 2 hours for one tube. But yeah, so I went and got my labs drawn, and then next week I'm gonna get my labs drawn again. So I start my shot tomorrow. I start estrogen into booty tomorrow, so that we can get things moving along, and they will test next week on the 16th, I believe, to see how that is working out for me. And then once they see how the estrogen is working for my body, we will schedule the ultrasound for the baseline to see how estrogen and progesterone are working for my body, so that they can see how thick my uterus has gotten, how nice and comfy it is for hopefully the 29th is what our schedule is. For the 29th, we have it set up that we're going to do the transfer in LA. So, yeah, so for the clinic that I'm working with, they are having the shots and stuff delivered to me. So it's going to be delivered to my house. I don't go pick it up at a pharmacy. The pharmacy comes and delivers it to my house, so that it's nice, quick, and easy. So it should be here tomorrow. So I start my estrogen, I get my blood drawn again, and then we schedule the ultrasound. I think one more blood draw is required, and then we are gonna go do the transfer. So hopefully everything is working out this month. If you guys want to know how quick it has gone, we've been doing this for 3 weeks. So around the time that we will get the transfer, we have done everything in a matter of 2 months. So we got our appointment set for our medical clearance to transfer within 2 months. So it is very possible, but you do have to be very, very annoying. You have to be very, very annoying. I said this in my last video, and I cannot tell you how annoying my IPs have been to their clinic. Not to me, because I'm like, hey, I know you guys want your baby, let's get this moved along. But they, like, you have to harass everybody in this whole process. You have to harass, because I don't know how it is for everyone else's clinic and whatever, but like, when I tell them that we want to do a certain thing, they don't really take me seriously. But like, the people that are paying need to harass them as well, because they are paying. So they're like, oh, okay, well, we still want your money, basically. Like, we still want to help you. We still want your, what word am I looking for? We still want you as a customer, basically, is what it comes down to. And so the IPs wanted everything done this month, and because of the doctor that they are working with was going to be out of town during the time that I need the transfer done, they're having a different doctor do it. They were like, hey, you're not answering our emails, so I need you to answer me right now. Like, so she starts her period sometime this week. If he's not going to be there, can you have another doctor do the transfer, because we want it done this month. So then that was the end of it. Like, they had everything scheduled by then. So they have to be annoying, and of course don't use that word, but like, make sure that you're pushing everything if you want it to get pushed. There is no middleman. You are alone in this with your IPs. You have to get everything figured out yourselves. So that's what we did. So we got everything figured out for the end of this month. We are starting medications tomorrow. That's so exciting that everything is finally in place. I wanted to let you guys know, because I was told that it's going to take months and months and months and months, and sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't. And I just want to let you guys know our progress and how things are moving, because it is so exciting to know that we are finally getting this moving, and we are basically gonna be making a baby hopefully by the end of this month. And I just wanted to keep you guys updated, because I know that everyone gets really anxious and wants things to move along but doesn't know how. And so I'm here to tell you, like, do your part and make sure that everyone is on the same page so that you can all get this work done so quickly, because it's a journey and it's only the start to it. So be patient, but make sure that, like, you are doing your part, because it can move so much more quicker, and you're not alone in this. Like, you and your IPs are a team, and yeah, you're in it for the long haul. So yeah, I just want to let you guys know. We're super excited. We're going to be starting medication, and hopefully transfer is going to go through by the day that the calendar says. And yeah, I want to keep you guys updated. If you have any questions, just let me know. Compensation, I do want to let you guys know that when you start medication, you get compensated, and when you do the transfer, you get compensated. It's not the base compensation fee that like, your baseline compensation is just your baseline. It's what you're gonna get monthly. But aside from that, you get extra things that aren't, like, taxable and accounted for because it's considered pain and suffering. So that's what you're getting when it comes to the transfer and the medication starts, because it's pain and suffering, because it affects your body. So you do get compensated for that, and I'm happy to go into more depth on everything, just because, hey, a lot of people don't go in depth, and my contract is a little more open. As long as I don't get out their actual information, then we're fine. But yeah, so if you're interested, I'm happy to let you know. If you're interested in following along with the journey, or if you just have questions, I'm here to help. We are learning as we go, and there's a lot of trial and errors, but we are figuring it out, and I'm here to help you along with your journey. So yeah, just keep following or watching or whatever you want, basically. But I'm here if you have any questions. Thank you.